The story of Saint Clotilde, Queen of the Franks.
Subscribe to our channel to receive more content like this.
Let me tell you a story about a queen, not just any queen, but a woman who changed the heart of a king and helped shape the faith of an entire nation. This is the story of Saint Clotilde, Queen of the Franks. Long ago, in the 5th century, Europe was a chaotic place. The Roman Empire had fallen and new kingdoms were rising. One of those kingdoms belonged to the Franks, a powerful Germanic tribe. Clotilde was born into a royal family in Burgundy, in what is now France, but her early life was filled with sorrow. Her father, the king, was murdered, some say by her own uncle, who wanted the throne for himself. Clotilde and her sister were left orphaned. But even in that dark time, something in Clotilde shone bright. She had been raised as a Christian, and her faith gave her strength. Instead of becoming bitter, she grew kind. Instead of holding on to hatred, she held on to hope. As she grew older, Clotilde's beauty, grace, and wisdom caught the attention of a powerful man, Clovis, the King of the Franks. He was strong, ambitious, and a brilliant leader, but he was also a pagan. He worshipped many gods and didn't know much about Christianity. Still, he asked Clotilde to marry him. Now, this was a big decision. She knew that marrying a pagan king would be hard, but she also saw a chance to bring the light of her faith into the heart of a kingdom, and maybe into the heart of a king. So Clotilde said yes. She became Queen of the Franks, but she never stopped being a Christian. Even in a palace full of warriors and pagan idols, she quietly lived out her faith. She prayed, she served the poor, and she taught her children about Jesus. Clotilde and Clovis had a baby boy. She was so excited. This was her chance to raise a Christian prince. She asked Clovis if their son could be baptized. At first, Clovis refused, but eventually he agreed. The baby was baptized, but soon after, he fell seriously ill. Clovis was angry. "Your God is weak," he told Clotilde. "He couldn't even save our son." Clotilde was heartbroken, but she didn't lose faith. Later, they had another son. He was baptized too, and this time, he lived and grew strong. Slowly, Clovis began to wonder, maybe there was something real about Clotilde's God. Then came the turning point. Clovis went into a great battle against a rival tribe. Things were going badly. His army was losing, and he feared death was close. In desperation, he called out, not to his pagan gods, but to the God of his wife. "O God of Clotilde," he prayed, "if you give me victory, I will believe in you. I will be baptized in your name." And against all odds, Clovis won. He came home, victorious and amazed. He kept his promise. On Christmas Day, in the year 496, Clovis stood before a bishop in the city of Reims. With Clotilde by his side, he was baptized as a Christian. Thousands of his soldiers followed his example. It was the beginning of something new, the birth of Christian France. Clotilde had done what no sword could do. She had conquered a kingdom, not with power, but with patience, not with force, but with faith. She never preached with loud words. She never demanded her way. She simply lived with love, and that love softened even the hardest heart. Years later, after Clovis died, Clotilde dedicated her life to helping the poor and building churches. She was loved by many and remembered as a gentle, holy woman. When she died, the people called her a saint. So, what can we learn from Saint Clotilde? She reminds us that quiet strength can change the world, that faith doesn't always roar, it often whispers, and that the love of one heart can open the door to grace for many. In a world full of noise, her life speaks softly but powerfully. This is the story of Saint Clotilde, the queen who changed a king and helped shape a nation. Thanks for listening. May her story inspire you to lead with love, live with faith, and never underestimate the quiet strength of a faithful heart.